Private First Class Kelli Bordeaux had been keeping an intimate and perilous secret. The beautiful 23-year-old soldier had been having an extramarital affair for more than a year. And her husband, Michael, didn't have a clue.
So you didn't know about anything up until that point?
Right.
Until he and the other man in the love triangle, Justin Thompson, both found themselves persons of interest when Kelli went missing.
The detective was the first person to tell me about it.
Now, in exclusive interviews with Crime Watch Daily, each of them talks for the first time about loving the same woman and living under a cloud of suspicion after Kelli's mysterious disappearance.
I feel like I have to think about it on the daily just because this is the saddest I've ever been about it. I don't know what you do to me, but it's tough.
I mean, everything. She's like a dream girl, really. So.
Michael Bordeaux had fallen in love with Kelli at first sight.
As soon as I saw her, I was just like, yeah, I know. She's special. She's special. I knew it.
And the two would be married in their hometown of St. Cloud, Florida, despite some family misgivings when they were in their early 20s.
They were both so young.
But Kelli and Mike made a nice-looking couple.
We were living fine. We were happy. We weren't broke. We were doing pretty good.
Then, just 3 months after the wedding, they hit the first bump in their young marriage when Kelli decided she wanted to pursue a career in the military.
I didn't like it because I didn't want to lose her to the military. I didn't want her going overseas.
But a determined Kelli wouldn't be deterred.
She was just thinking about her future. She kept telling me that. She was like, it's our future.
And Kelli would leave Mike at home in Florida while she went away to basic training and boot camp.
That was like 8 or 9 months that I didn't have her at all.
The two would finally be together again when Kelli was assigned to Fort Bragg in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Mike moved there with her, hoping to start a family.
I wanted a baby, and she thought she wanted a baby.
But Mike had no job and a bad drinking problem.
And you admit to that?
I am a big alcoholic. I was really bad.
And Kelli had a change of mind.
She didn't want a baby anymore.
It appeared Kelli didn't want Mike anymore either.
She needed to take a break. That's what I thought.
And he moved back to Florida.
You thought you guys were on a break?
I thought not even like a breakup, like just give me
space.
Give me a 2 weeks or a month, or and I didn't have a problem with that. I said, I will give you whatever you need because I want to be with you forever.
What Mike didn't know was that his wife wanted their separation to be permanent so she could be with Justin Thompson, her secret other man. And like Mike, Justin Thompson had also fallen in love with the gorgeous Kelli when they first met at a bar.
She was just bright, more bubbly, louder. I could hear her voice over the crowd, So I just...
She stood out in a crowd.
Yeah.
You didn't know she was married at the time?
No, she didn't have a ring on. And it was funny because we were hanging out and one of her friends told me that she was married. And I was like, what? I was like, well, I don't care. It's not my problem.
Justin was not only impressed by Kelli's beauty and sparkling personality, but also her brave decision to become a combat medic in the Army.
I don't know how you would want to choose that because you can go to anything you want to. She chose medic. I was like, golly, man.
After dating Kelli for about a year and with Mike finally out of the picture, Justin was about to take his place in Kelli's life in Fayetteville.
I was about to live up there.
And Kelli was said to have been planning to divorce Mike with the view of possibly marrying Justin.
So you guys were serious?
Yeah, we kicked that Mike out, so he was they were done.
But Kelli would mysteriously go missing, just as Justin was prepping to move to Fayetteville to be with her. And investigators naturally speculated that Mike had perhaps learned Kelli had been having an affair and killed her out of jealousy.
I did have to look at the husband.
But Mike insists he didn't learn Kelli was in love with another man until detectives told him when they questioned him.
I just didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to believe any of this was real.
When you heard the name Justin, what did you think? Had you ever heard this name?
No. No, I have not.
And Mike says Kelly's affair with Justin was the least of his concerns.
Whatever was happening, I don't care about that. That's not what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where my wife is. I'm trying to find out anything and everything to do with that.
But he also had suspicions that the man who stole his wife might have had something to do with her disappearance.
The first name I heard of was Justin.
And police wonder if Justin and Kelli may have had a lover's tiff, perhaps after she told him she was going out drinking with Nick Holbert. Nick was a bar helper they'd both met while drinking at Froggy Bottoms when Justin visited Kelli in Fayetteville just a week before she went missing. And he would be the last known person to see her alive after leaving the very same bar with her.
He was really strange. It's like his eyes, he was like staring. He's like, I don't know.
Staring
it's hard
at
to
you?
Explain. Me, her.
Police not only wondered if Justin may have been angry enough to kill Kelli, they also questioned why he never contacted police for 3 days after she went missing. But Justin says he had in fact been calling police since the day after Kelli disappeared.
Nobody's listening to me. It's nuts. I can't believe. Let's go home.
When was your first call to police?
Saturday.
So you call back again on Sunday.
After being repeatedly rebuffed, he says he decided to try one last time.
At what point do you pull the plug and say, I have to make a call?
Monday.
And Justin says police finally took his missing persons report seriously.
And I was like, yeah, well, a couple days ago could have been nice. So, man, I haven't cried like this in a while.
It's okay.
And like everybody else involved in the case, Justin had his own suspect.
Did you think Mike had something to do with this?
Truthfully, no. In my head, everybody that was close had something to do with it, but
You didn't think he had anything to do with it?
he's too much of a emotional lovey-dovey. Even though emotional people react crazy sometimes, he would always have that hope that he could get Kelli back before he would try to get rid of her on his own.
Justin pointed the finger at Nick Holbert, the man who was trying to steal Kelli away from him.
I knew it was him from the beginning. When I talked to the detectives, I knew it was him.
Next, investigators uncover some shocking secrets about one of the men obsessed with Kelli.
He was just so pervertedly interested in women. It was crazy.
It was like an obsession.
It was like a psycho.
Like he couldn't control himself.